be able to pit, but the caution laps won't count, and we'll be able to line back up like that.
And
at least it looks like
A lot of money, and if you look around, it doesn't hurt.
Growing sports show.
This is undisputed.
Life's full of obligations. Work starts on a Monday, whether you are ready or not. And those bills are not going to pay themselves. But isn't life about making choices? So why not choose freedom? Freedom to go anywhere and do anything. Where would you go? What would you discover? Imagine the possibilities. Start your journey with a travel trailer for only $115 a month during the summer RV sale. Visit campingworld.com today.
My 5-hour is my morning wake-up call.
My 5-hour makes me super dad.
My 5-hour keeps me on my toes.
My 5-hour is all business.
My 5-hour keeps me working.
My 5-hour energizes my ride.
My 5-hour gets me up and out the door.
What's your 5-hour?
What's your 5-hour?
What's your 5-hour?
Okay, movie night. Who sees the remote?
You don't need it. Alexa, search for family movies.
Well, hey. You did that without a remote.
Alexa, play Ghostbusters.
Oh.
Right.
Hey, you guys really have it all figured out, huh?
That's what we do.
You bought a zoo?
It's what we do.
Introducing Dish with Amazon Alexa, letting you control your hopper with just your voice. Dish, tuned into you.
For millions of baby boomers, there's a serious virus out there that's been almost forgotten. It's hepatitis C. 1 in 30 boomers has hep C, yet most don't even know it, because it can hide in your body for years without symptoms, and it's not tested for in routine blood work. The CDC recommends all baby boomers get tested. If you have hep C, it can be cured. For us, it's time to get tested. Ask your healthcare provider for the simple blood test. It's the only way to know for sure.
Just back to green at Eldora with Stuart Friesen leading the way. He has been out front the entire race so far, but he's getting some challenge from that 88, the bright yellow truck of Matt Crafton. Christopher Bell around the top side for second as well.
Friesen saying, I got him coming at me from every direction. Matt Crafton attacking the bottom, Bell on the outside. We know that Crafton knows how to make it work down low, and he is doing just that. He's going to make the pass.
Crafton for the lead. He got it. Now Friesen comes right back on the top side. Christopher Bell going sideways and getting around.
Oh, Kaz Gralla.
Some heavy damage to the front end of that 33 of Kaz Gralla, and the race favorite Christopher Bell around, and sure how much damage he's going to have on that right side.
I don't think, I mean, damage on the right side, but I don't know that it's going to hurt.
Oh, yeah, it's hurt bad.
Yeah, it won't turn. Yeah, that ends that for our favorite.
That is a big development in this race. As you talk to the different drivers down in the garage area, they all talked about Christopher Bell and how fast that truck was. Bell, a former winner here, and now major issues for Bell. And it's points and championship implication as well for him to be out this early.
Yeah, he's done, in my opinion. I don't think that one's going to continue tonight.
That's a shame. And for Kaz Gralla, a couple accidents lately. You know, you're riding along behind Christopher Bell. You certainly don't expect him to go around. And the 33 truck for Gralla is definitely done. The damaged vehicle policy here at Eldora is different than it normally is. You can go into the garage area and work on your truck. There's no 5-minute clock. So if this team can cut pieces and parts away, he can at least get back out on the track and make some laps. And it just looks like to me, Kevin, that right front suspension is totaled out.
Yeah, it looks like the upper control arm's probably bent along with the clip.
Bell was running in third place, challenging on the top side, and there you see just got away from him.
Just lost it. You know, and I think we saw this a lot yesterday, and we talked about it a lot. You know, these guys, especially these dirt car guys, they have a lot to lean on when they race their dirt cars and their sprint cars. And these trucks, they don't have a lot of side bite. They don't have a lot of grip. They don't have a lot to lean on. And when they get too far around, they're gone.
And you can see Gralla just hidden behind two trucks, couldn't see what was ahead of him, and you just don't change directions on the dirt like you can on pavement.
How about on board with Christopher Bell?
Lock it down.
Boy, Ty Dillon did a good job of avoiding contact with Bell. There's Ty Dillon up there in that 99. Barely missed clipping Bell.
Yeah, did you see that left front tire lock up? And luckily, when he let off the brake, that thing turned to the right, because it is so hard. Like Michael said, it is so hard to change directions on the dirt when you're trying to stop.
Frustrating conclusion for Kaz Grala. Had nowhere to go.
And he did great in the heat race.
Yep.
Won his heat race.
Championship challenger Christopher Bell. Trouble at the end of stage 1 at Eldora.
You just spent a lot of money on the same headphones as everyone else.
What?
But did you check eBay?
Bruh.
Get deals on everything you need to go back to college like nobody else. Fill your cart with color. eBay.
I finally figured out what car to get. Now, where to find the best deal?
You know, why don't I help?
What's that?
Car Gurus. Color?
Silver. Car Gurus?
Low miles, 2 grand below market value, 5-star dealer rating. Ooh, I'm beat.
Let's do it your way, then.
I heard that.
Car Gurus. Find great deals from top-rated dealers near you at cargurus.com.
You're unique. That's why your mattress should be made just for you. Go to helixsleep.com/TV, take the 2-minute sleep quiz, and we'll use your answers to custom build your Helix mattress. Each layer customized, just for you. Your mattress will arrive in a week. You get a 100-night sleep trial at 1/3 the price of retail. And right now, you can save an additional $50. Start customizing your mattress at helixsleep.com/TV.
There's nothing more important to me than my vacation. So when I need to book a hotel, I want someone who makes it easy to find what I want. Booking.com gets it. And with their price match, I know I'm getting the best price every time. Come on, Gary!
Your vacation is very important. That's why Booking.com makes finding the right hotel for the right price easy. Visit Booking.com now to find out why we're Booking.yeah.
You sit in an office, you probably get back pain, but you can get relief while you work by moving with Veridesk, the height-adjustable standing desk solution. Veridesk sits on your current desk and lets you move between sitting and standing, which research shows can help reduce lower back pain. Go to veridesk.com to find the right model. Take our 30-day challenge. If you don't feel relief, we'll pick it up for free and give you a full refund. That's VARI Desk. Veridesk. Work elevated.
Anyone can get you ready. Holiday Inn Express gets you the readiest, because ready gives a pep talk. Showtime. But the readiest gives a pep rally.
I cleared my inbox! Holiday Inn Express. Be the readiest.
It'll be a little while back.
Stage 1 points. Matt Crafton, your Stage 1 winner. Passed Stuart Friesen right before the end of that stage. But the big development, the accident involving Christopher Bell. But a very impressive early going for Matt Crafton as our stage winner. And Crafton now starting to make his way to pit road.
A lot of trucks staying on the track, Vince. Use that competition caution to get a little bit of service to their trucks. Decided to take advantage of some track position. You stay on the track, you retain your position.
Chase Briscoe, Ryan Truex, Grant Enfinger, Cody Coughlin, Noah Gregson, Rico Abreu, Johnny Sauter among those coming for service.
Crafton with tire change here. I was interested to think or find out what Kenny Wallace and some of the competitors thought about changing tires. Would there be a performance advantage by putting new new tires on, and I didn't really get a definitive answer for anyone. I know the crew chiefs like to keep everything close to their vest and don't tell you what they're going to do, but I heard maybe 1 tire change during the course of the event, but not 2. So some of these guys that are pitting now will stay out maybe during the next.
Yeah, and maybe that's the strategy. Like you say, we never know with these crew chiefs, but I guess one of the strategies would be to pit early and stay out for the rest of the race. Kenny?
Mikey, I want to talk to you about what you said about the tires. I did talk to the Goodyear tire engineers yesterday. They said, Herm, we ran the same tires the last 4 times we've been here. This time, we bought a brand new tire. It's a softer compound, a little bit more sidewall flexibility. Tony Stewart went to Goodyear. He said, I want to keep the track hard, make the tire a little bit more compliant, give the drivers something to lean on. So it is a little different this year. Hermie, what do you have, buddy?
I tell you, Kenny, this pit road looks like coming down at Hickory in 1994. These teams are just right at the back of the hauler, a lot of confusion. You can see Rico Abreu is completely like he's putting the car on the hauler, but you have to be really, really careful coming down pit road. But the 88 and the 89, the ThorSport trucks have all been to pit road. There was a tire change on the 88. His truck was a little bit tight the longer they ran, but obviously not too many adjustments. But they did put 4 tires on the 88, and also the 21 of Johnny Sauter getting tires as well. Now the 4, Rudy Fugle asked Christopher Bell to stay on the racetrack, even though they know they got a lot of damage, especially to the right front, because they felt like this stage would end under caution and they would at least not lose laps while they were trying to get the truck to pit road to get it worked on. But it looks like the 4 will be on pit road next time by, and they can assess the damage.
Thank you, Hermie. By the way, pit road, the track obviously dirt. The pit road area where the trucks come in and the work is done is actually concrete, and you can't lose positions when you come to pit road for your pit stops at the end of the stage. So you saw the crews working very deliberately. It's because they weren't losing positions through the pace of their work there on pit road. If they came in 5th, then they would not lose spots, determining no matter how long their pit stops happen to be. Now, Matt Crafton was the winner of stage 1. Let's see if Kevin can get him dialed in.
Yeah, let's
here.
dial him up. Hey, Matt Crafton, Kevin Harvick, Michael Waltrip, and Vince Welch up in the Fox booth. Congratulations on your 2nd stage win of the year. We heard you talk earlier about concentrating on running the high line, and we see you making up positions on the bottom. Is that bottom going pretty good so far?
I just said I was going to go where they're not, and we ran the top for a little while, and top is just definitely a little different than it was last night. We just went and searched and found something a little bit there, and we'll see how long it stays.
Well, we saw a lot of mud on the windows at the beginning of the race. How much of an issue is it right now after the first run with the mud on the windshield?
It's fine. The mud on the windshield, I guess we got lucky. We started up close to the front, didn't have much. I know a lot of the trucks had a lot of mud on the grills and were overheating, but this Toyota was just fine on the temperature.
All right, Matt, well, keep it up. We'll be watching. You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Impressive run for Crafton, an unfortunate end to the run for Kaz Grala. He's with Chris Neville.
Yeah, boy, tough break for Kaz Grala. So strong tonight. You won your qualifying race, but problems here early. You know, Kaz, once you commit to the line in the corner, when you've got a truck stopped in the middle of the racetrack, how tough is it to try and make evasive action to the right or the left or get stopped?
You're exactly right. It's very hard, and I had already committed to throttle, so I was already at a certain yaw in the corner, and fortunately couldn't get high enough or low enough to miss him. Really hate that, because I think we actually could have had a really good night here. Coming into this, I wouldn't have expected that, but seemed to have pretty decent speed, and I was just starting to try to get the hang of the racing out there. It's obviously brand new to me, but we're hanging strong in the top 10 there, close to the top 5. I think we could have had ourselves a really good points night and maybe even contended for the win, but now they're trying to fix it, trying to get me back out, but I don't think we'd be in any sort of contention. So definitely disappointing for the 1540 Connection Chevy, but we'll fight back at Pocono. That'll be fun.
Thanks, Kaz. Vince?
Christopher Bell, 2nd in the point standings. Major issues after that contact with Kaz Grala. Stage 2 when we come back to Eldora.
The earth shakes. The crowd roars. Then 10,000 horses launch forward at 300 miles per hour. When you race side by side on a rocket bound for glory, victory is measured in a heartbeat. NHRA Mile High Nationals, Sunday at 3 Eastern on Fox.
The end of the week. Work is over, school is out, and the wild ones come out to play.
The green flag is out.
Pups get a chance to dance with the big dogs.
Oh, they're going at it.
Roars from engines
It's a wreck.
compete with roars of fans.
To the checker flag.
And the stadium lights become a spotlight for one.
Here he is, Johnny Sauter.
It's truck season, America.
Where are Mom and Dad? Save money on motorcycle insurance with Geico going up the country. Love, Mom and Dad. I'm taking a nap. Dude, you just woke up.
Geico Motorcycle. Great rates for great rides.
Casper's truly changed our lives.
A mattress of unparalleled value.
Love at first night.
I'm a softer, happier, friendlier version of myself.
Perfect sleep changes people. Transform your life at Casper.com. Try their mattress for 100 nights with free shipping and returns. Casper.
When you really want to save big on a hotel, just go to Priceline. They add thousands of new deals every day, up to 60% off.
That's how Kaylee and I got to share this trip together at this amazing hotel.
Yeah, Ash and I share everything. Dresses, makeup, water bottles.
Oh, we do?
Mm-hmm. We share secrets, shoes, toothbrushes.
What?
Yeah, I forgot mine, so I've been using yours.
Seriously?
Well, what's the big deal? I mean, we even dated the same guy.
Who?
Go to Priceline and get the hotel deals you won't find anywhere else.
Before we go back green here at Eldora for stage 2, let's check in with Kenny Wallace.
Thanks, Vince. Got a text from the man that finished third in the UMP Summer National Points in the stands. Herman, you should see these people in the stands. Love this truck race. Our sport is the best. Look at this crowd. If you wonder about dirt racing, there's your proof. They love it.
Yeah, it is an absolutely great crowd tonight here at Eldora. Terrific walk-up, and it is just a spectacular night to be at the racetrack.
And they're watching one of their own, a dirt racer from Canada, put it on the field right now.
That's Stuart Friesen, who will restart outside row 1 with John Hunter Nemechek inside, and stage 2 underway at Eldora.
Friesen makes that outside work. John Hunter gets loose. Austin Cindric in the 19 truck to the outside. Look at that glob of trucks.
Great view from up top as Nemechek trying to hold on to that second position, but getting challenged. Austin Cindric of the 19 just inside of him. That's Ty Dillon in the red and white 99 coming up to get into the mix. Justin Haley in there as well.
That bottom lane is really hooked up right now.
Caution is out, just as we were having a challenge for the lead with Nemechek and Friesen. Multiple trucks getting together. That's Max Johnston down there in the bright orange 02. Ben Rhodes there to the right in the 27. That 0 of Corbin Forrester involved as well. Max Johnston, the racer from Australia that has come over and running in his first ever Camping World Truck Series event.
That 27 truck is done. I don't know how much damage is done to the 02. I think Rhodes might have run into the side of Johnston.
Johnston was running inside the top 10 at the time. And there's Ben Rhodes.
Can't get any rhythm going on our races tonight. Guys are losing control of their trucks and causing some major pileups. See down on the bottom. Johnston goes around, and Ben Rhodes just committed and ran into the side of him.
And I cannot stress how hard it is to slow these trucks down. That was a big hit for, you know, the speeds that were going here, and it was also head on. So I agree with you, Mike. I don't know that either one of those trucks are going to continue tonight.
Yeah, I think Rhodes knows his night's over. A couple of tough weeks for the kid from Kentucky.
NASCAR official, I'm sure, explaining to Ben that he needs to go to the medical center after being involved in that accident. Here's a replay of it.
Proud to report that no operators were hurt when our camera lens was busted off of turn 2 there. Unfortunately, can't say the same for those two trucks. Max Johnston and Ben Rhodes. Johnston, the 23-year-old out of Sydney, Australia, just wanted to come over here, Kenny Wallace, and try out the dirt Eldora. Didn't go too well for him.
You know, Mikey, I got to give my opinion on this. The 02, of course, you know, Christopher Bell, a legend already at his young age. These drivers are just spinning out. The story is not the racetrack. The racetrack is in perfect shape. There's nothing wrong with the racetrack. These drivers are driving hard, Mikey, but they're going down in the corner. They're setting the truck sideways if they think they're in a midget, you know, a sprint car, and they're just driving really hard. Hermie, what do you have?
The Ford truck of Christopher Bell back on pit road. I just spoke briefly with Rudy Fugle. The tire, obviously the toe was knocked out. They did not replace any parts. They know they got bent parts, probably lower control arm and possibly a spindle, ball joint, most everything else. But you can see them, even though the right side is towed out, Rudy said they're going to work on the left side to try to get it closer to the right side because they don't have any more adjustment left on the right side. He's going to try to stay on the lead lap. They plan to try to do much more to it at the end of the next stage break when the laps do not count under caution.
It's a big challenge for that Kyle Busch Motorsports team in the 4 of Christopher Bell. Now, right before the accident that brought out the yellow, here's Chase Briscoe in that 29. He gets into the wall as well.
He did just what Kenny Wallace explained. Experienced dirt racer, just got in there a little bit too hot. Check this out from the visor cam. He knows he's in trouble. That's what I love about dirt racing, Kevin. He knew he was in trouble, so what's he do? Go to the gas.
And he's doing a little housekeeping inside as well.
Hey.
That's the, is that the Swiffer?
Is that your Swiffer for your apartment?
Yeah. Yeah, I have one of those at my apartment.
Yeah, what happens is the dust comes inside the cab and it sticks to that Lexan on the inside of the window, and they just try to keep that dust off the inside. So.
Now, is that tech approved?
I think so.
Swiffer? Yeah.
Just at Eldora.
Back to green, early stages of stage number 2 when we return.
Life's full of obligations. Work starts on a Monday, whether you are ready or not. And those bills are not going to pay themselves. But isn't life about making choices? So why not choose freedom? Freedom to go anywhere and do anything. Where would you go? What would you discover? Imagine the possibilities. Start your journey with a travel trailer for only $115 a month during the summer RV sale. Visit campingworld.com today.
Tim's ready for a new car, but what about his old one? With Kelley Blue Book, Tim can get an offer for his old car from his phone. When Tim's ready, he can take it to an instant cash offer dealer to trade in or sell his car for cash. Easy. And get a head start on finding his next car. Until then, Tim's got an offer he can trust.
All without getting out of my chair.
That's the idea. Go to kbb.com and get an instant cash offer for your car today.
There's nothing more important to me than my vacation. So when I need to book a hotel room, I want someone that makes it easy to find what I want. Booking.com gets it. And with their price match, I know I'm getting the best price every time. Now I can start relaxing even before the vacation begins.
Your vacation is very important. That's why Booking.com makes finding the right hotel for the right price easy. Visit Booking.com now to find out why we're Booking.yeah.
Bachelor party pad. I'm thinking beachfront for sure.
Yeah, but no sand. That stuff gets everywhere.
So then a pool with a jacuzzi and a massive TV outside.
Next to the jacuzzi.
Yeah, maybe a karaoke machine.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, an octagon for fighting.
Yeah, an octagon for fighting.
Because we're on vacation.
If you can get piggy with your bro weekend, why not get piggy with your TV?
Introducing a la carte TV, only from Sling. Now you can pick your personal channel lineup from sports, kids, news, lifestyle, movies, and more. Start building your perfect TV package for $20 a month. Then get as picky as you want.
Huh. They don't have an Octagon. I'll keep looking.
Stop paying too much for TV.
Go to slingtv.com and start watching 7 days free.
The art of war. If your opponent is superior, evade him. If taking ease, give him no rest. If equally matched, fight like hell. Weidman, Gastelum, UFC Fight Night. Saturday on Fox.
We're racing tonight at Eldora, but on Monday night, it's Monday Night Hoops on FS1. The Big Three heads to Chicago, where the action continues to heat up. It's Monday night at 8 o'clock, only on FS1. Well, it's been an eventful night for the 21 of Johnny Sauter, the defending series champ. What's going on with him now, Herm?
Well, he's here, Vincent, as you can tell, still working on the 21. They had to change the radiator. He had overheating problems earlier in the race. Well, the radiator, they came down pit road a couple laps ago, tried to put water in it. The radiator would not hold water, so there's a hole in the radiator. Debris or a rock went through it, so they had to come in, actually change the radiator. They are buttoning in the new radiator to send Johnny back on the racetrack, but been a long, long night for the 21. Tough night in the points as well.
Well, it's been a tough night all the way around for those that are at the top or near the top of our championship standings. Here's the playoff standings as they run. Christopher Bell with those 3 wins already this season, but we've documented the issues that he's had after that contact with Kaz Grala. Grala, a winner already this season, he's out. Hermie was just talking about Johnny Sauter and the problems that he's had. So even Chase Briscoe, there 5th in the standings, has had problems tonight. Ben Rhodes, issues as well, and he is with Chris Neville.
And Ben was just released from the infield care center down there. And that was a hard hit there, Ben. You're coming around that inside wall. How tough is it to see around that wall?
Well, the wreck was coming down the track as I was coming around the corner. And, you know, it's just a shame. We have a whole lot of people out here from Safe Light to come support us tonight. And, you know, definitely want to give them a better run in this. But it should be called the Demolition Derby, not the Dirt Derby, because that's what it is. I mean, our truck's just totally destroyed. Horrible points tonight for us. We're going to lose some positions in the points battle, which is tough coming up on the playoffs. And we just really need to get in there. But the track was so muddy tonight, it just covered the grill and put us in a bad position from the start.
Vince.
Thanks, Chris. The green is out, and we're racing again at Eldora. Stuart Friesen in that blue 52 on the outside, looking to make the move around John Hunter Nemechek. Friesen back to the point. Nemechek in second. How about Cindric, Crafton, and Justin Haley? All 3 together. Haley in that 24. Here comes Ty Dillon in the 99.
Cindric is a great story, Vince. He runs rally cars. I said, how much dirt have you done? He said, there's usually a turn or 2 on the rally car course that are dirt. So I know a little bit about it, but this is so different than the discipline he's used to, and he's doing a super job.
And the action is crazy on these restarts as everyone's jockeying for position. Ty Dillon running the top side of that red and white 98, trying to get around Cindric and Crafton by using that high line.
Oh, Crafton into the side of Cindric. I think Cindric saw what Crafton was doing and liked it. Tried to move to the bottom. They got together. And that's Justin Haley diving into the corner. As a kid, he was a dirt racer in Indiana. That's how he grew up. So he's got some experience, and he's got some speed as well.
I like the work Ty Dillon's doing around the top.
I do, and I think he is definitely one of the trucks that has been consistently running up high, and it seems like he's had speed all night. Now he's going to prove me wrong and go down to the bottom and run the bottom of the racetrack. But the other thing to remember is the 88 truck of Matt Crafton. As you see him have a little bit of contact here with the 19 truck. But Matt Crafton is one of the guys that put new tires on when he pitted at the end of that stage.
Yeah, and he's making them work. He's able to hang right with Ty Dillon. Those guys are diving to the bottom. Crafton's kind of searching around in the middle right now. I think he's got good speed. Check out Rico Abreu. Golly, there's so many battles, Vince.
That is a gaggle back there and just outside the top 15. Abreu running 17th. On board with Chase Briscoe is a spot ahead in 16th. A little contact there. And now Abreu and Briscoe running side by side. And here comes Harrison Burton in that 51 to make it 3 wide.
And you know who's pedaling along just ahead of these guys as we get on board with Briscoe with this awesome view? It's Christopher Bell. They've been able to get that.
One inside, clear low, all clear there.
They've got the toe straight on that truck, and he's making okay time. You see him there trying to race inside of Noah Gregson.
Just inside the top 15, Bell slotted in the 14th spot, racing around Chris Windham there in the 36, that orange and yellow truck.
Bet you didn't see that one coming, did you?
I did not see that one coming. I really thought that truck's night was over because it looked like the right front tire had about 5 inches of toe out. Those guys just kind of, they rode around under the caution and got themselves to the brake. They fixed the one side of the toe. They came back in, they fixed the other side of the toe. And somehow they have got that truck at least competitive. And that's really, really remarkable from the way that it looked.
And at this point, Bell just trying to salvage positions for the championship at the end, right?
He's just, yeah, trying to get the best finish he can. He's a dirt racer. He understands that he made a bit of a mistake, and he wants to try to overcome that mistake and get the team the best finish he can. The guy leading the points coming in, Johnny Sauter, he finds himself 6 laps down, Vince. And, you know, I'm all about regular season points, but I want playoff points. And tonight is a night where somebody is going to gain some playoff points on Christopher Bell and Johnny Sauter. And that's big for your chances to win the championship.
Mikey, as the trucks go around the bottom, that is the fast lane right now. Everybody's running the bottom. But here's what's going to happen. They're going to dry the bottom up. Later in this race, the fastest lane will be the top. Look for them all to run the bottom now, then go to the top. Chris Neville.
Well, John Hunter Nemechek having a good run here tonight. He's the first to admit he's still learning a lot about dirt racing, really asking a lot of drivers for advice. And one of those drivers, Ty Dillon, right now trying to get around him. He said, Ty's always told me, race the racetrack. Don't race other drivers. And that's what John Hunter Nemechek's crew is telling him right now. Don't worry about this race. Just race the track. It's going to change so much. Feel around for some grip.
Yeah, Nemechek led some laps earlier tonight, the 4th straight race that he has been out front. Now feeling some heat from Ty Dillon in that 99. Dillon all over John Hunter Nemechek. You know, Kenny was talking about running the bottom and that being the fast way around here right now. And we're seeing a lot of trucks down on the bottom as you see Ty Dillon go down there to try to make the pass on John Hunter Nemechek.
Well, I can tell you one truck that's not running the bottom, and that's the 4. He is right up against the wall. We got a caution here.
Got one on the bottom spun around. I think it's a 20.
That's Sheldon Creed.
Creed's been a highlight reel himself tonight. Got sideways down into turn 3.
Finished 16th here a year ago. He's had some good speed in that Chevrolet throughout practice yesterday and today. Done a nice job. And Bell continues to soldier on, doing a little cleaning inside as well.
And you know, Kevin, you were hitting on it right when the caution come out. Christopher Bell and Rico Abreu are running the very top of the racetrack, as high as we've seen anyone, and they're making it work. I know why Bell's doing it. He's messed his truck up. It probably doesn't handle well. He needs that cushion to get it through the corners. But Rico Abreu saw the ground that Bell was making up top, and he joined him. You can see how high they are up there.
Both of those guys have won here in other forms of racing. They're very comfortable of running the cushion at Eldora.
You see the run that the 89 truck of Rico got there as he laid up against that cushion on entry and shot across the middle of the racetrack, and he got a huge run up off the corner. Kenny?
Tony Stewart, as you said, he worked on the surface to make this a fast way. Let's take a look now. Remember I told you the bottom is fast now, and it's going to burn up, and we're going to go to the top. I got the cameraman. Look at here. See how it's getting black already? This is going to eventually get slow down here, okay, as we're showing you. The groove will move up to the top later on, but the whole field is running the bottom. There's still a little bit of speed down here on the bottom. Just wanted to give you all a good look.
Kenny, keep your eye on Christopher Bell and Rico Abreu, because they're hitting that high side. They're hitting that cushion and making it work. They're making some good time back there. I think they would like it if those front runners would keep hooking the bottom, because they're making it happen on the top.
And I can't even get over the fact that we're talking about Christopher Bell even being competitive. I feel bad for misrelaying that information.
Well, I don't think anybody would blame you when they saw that truck smoking with 5 inches of tow out in the front end.
Another dirt clod breaks the camera lens.
What are we going to do?
There's a ship available, the USS Orville. Ever since I was a kid, I have wanted to serve on an exploratory vessel. You can count on me. Can I have one of these mints? Those are marbles. Time to meet the locals. No. We don't mean your family any harm.
Well, we did just shoot his dad.
Aside from shooting your dad, we don't mean your family any harm.
The Orville, this fall on Fox.
But did you check eBay?
No.
No?
Get deals on what's totally new and totally you. Fill your cart with color. eBay.
Meta Appetite Control. It's your glass of willpower that helps keep cravings far, far away. Feel less hungry with the natural fiber and clinically proven Meta Appetite Control from Metamucil.
The earth shakes. The crowd roars. Then, 10,000 horses launch forward at 300 miles per hour.
The quickest run in history!
When you race side by side on a rocket bound for glory,
Leah Pritchett is gonna do it!
victory is measured in a heartbeat. NHRA Mile High Nationals, Sunday at 3 Eastern on Fox.
Back at Eldora, the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. Under the lights. What a beautiful view of this half mile, and it has been full of action so far. And I think one of the big stories, Christopher Bell took a big hit to the right side of his truck earlier tonight. Looked like he was done. I mean, the damage on that vehicle. And here he is finding himself in 10th place on the lead lap.
Yeah, I can't believe it. You know, I think as you look at that tow out and you look at everything that happened to it, but I tell you, even if the truck is screwed up, he's going to feel like, I got to make up a little bit of something here. And he's got that baby up on the cushion, and he is rim riding around this joint, Mikey.
He's making it happen. And Hermie, we can't believe what we're seeing. What's Rudy Fugo and the team say about the Ford truck? They think they got it close?
Yeah, listen to Rudy and Christopher, just a little bit of a vibration. They want to come down and maybe work on the toe one more time. But they've got a decision to make at the end of this stage. Do they come in and work on it and put tires on and lose all that track position, because they don't think a lot of the leaders will pit at the end of this stage?
I think if you could see how much the right front is still towed out, Hermie, you would definitely come in and work on it. I know Rudy and Fugo and the guys have cameras that they can watch the race on screens, that they can see this. I think that Ford still has significant damage.
I'd love to see him come in and work on it, because I like watching him pass trucks.
He's done plenty of that tonight, that's for sure. Getting ready to go back green with John Hunter Nemechek inside, and Stuart Friesen will restart outside. Friesen has been the one controlling the front so far tonight. He's led 49 laps. Crafton around the top side.
They're 3 wide already. That's not surprising. Ty Dillon down the middle.
Friesen trying to get to the bottom. Ty Dillon trying to get second from Nemechek, and does, and Crafton stays up top.
And now we see Friesen down on the bottom, and that little black strip that Kenny showed us that was around the bottom of the corner, now they're just above it in that moisture and that darker dirt that looks wet up there.
Look at Ty Dillon. We talked earlier in the day what a fast truck he has. He's going to lean on Friesen down in turn 4.
For the lead. Friesen hangs on for now. Friesen withstands the challenge from Ty Dillon, but the looks of that 99, it's not over yet. John Hunter Nemechek in third.
Well, the one place that Ty Dillon has made up the most ground is on all these restarts. It seems like he can maneuver his way and pass, you know, 1 or 2, maybe 3 trucks on these restarts, and he keeps himself in a good position.
Bell running the top side. Saw the 80 of Shipley in there as well. Crafton in that bright yellow 88.
Shipley's doing a nice job in that 80 truck. Qualified near the front. Had a steady run tonight. Good to see some of these dirt racers having success here tonight. Add to the list of those, Rico Abreu up the middle trying to pass Matt Crafton.
And Crafton's losing some ground here. It's like since he's gone to the top of the racetrack, he's lost 4 or 5 spots, and you see Rico slide up right in front of him to lose another one.
Rico Abreu now up to 7th. Remember, ran 3rd here a year ago.
And if I was Rico's crew chief right now, things are going pretty good, and he's making up ground. He's got a good truck, and he's going to the front. But I would try to keep him calm, because I believe it was last year or the year before that he got up into the fence and tore his truck up. But right now it looks to me like he's got a truck that can win this race. He's passing trucks and making his way to the front. They just need to keep him from knocking the right rear quarter panel on the right side off this thing.
Rico gets another spot from Shipley, so he's now into the 6th position and around Enfinger as well. So right into the top 5 goes Rico Abreu in that 89.
And you can see Enfinger up the middle trying to make that lane work. Shipley on the bottom, and there's Christopher Bell. He tried the bottom for a couple laps, Kevin, lost some spots. Now he's returned to the top trying to make ground.
Well, I think he needs that crutch up on the top like you were talking about earlier. He needs that cushion to help his truck go through the corner. He doesn't have the front tires lined up and doing all the things that it needs to make that car or truck carve across the bottom. And there's Rico in the wall.
Yeah, you talked about it. Calm him down. That's the spotter's job here. We got to keep our driver cool. But that damage isn't enough to end his chances to win the race. But you can't do that over and over again. A mistake or two, you get by with it. You can't just wear the right side of it out.
Yeah, lost a couple of positions with that contact as we're 7 laps away from the end of stage 2.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like he has any real damage on the right side.
That's minor. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. But yeah, almost up off the ground. Still minor, right?
He had a few mulligans left from practice that most of these guys already took up.
Gets around the outside of the 80 truck of Shipley.
And if you notice, huge wreck here at the start.
Big crash right in the front, right on the front stretch, just underneath the flag stand. The 10 goes around. That's Ray Cicerelli.
We're lucky those guys were able to leave a groove on the high side. Some of the faster trucks were squeezing between Cicerelli and the wall.
Yeah, there was another truck that hit the 10. Sure sounded a lot worse than it was sitting in the booth.
We're just 5 to go before this stage break. Be interesting to see with this restart how crazy they get going for the stage points.
It's right under the flag stand as they come to us.
Little contact there with the, was that the 20 of Shelton Creed?
I think that was the 20 of Sheldon Creed again that had some contact with the 10.
And there you can see,
yep,
trucks just slipping by. Jeffrey Abbey, I think, made it past without any damage.
So Stuart Friesen continues to lead here in the final laps of stage number 2. Ty Dillon right behind him there in the 99 running second. I like those 2 trucks and how they have looked throughout the course of this night tonight.
And what about the impressive run by John Hunter Nemechek? A couple of back-to-back wins in the last couple of races, and now he finds himself in a position to do it again here on the dirt.
And Grant Enfinger, I mean, he's had a great start to the season, in my opinion. He's had a couple accidents and a couple things go wrong, but he's been up front and contending week after week, running 5th.
Yeah, I love that. And you got to give a shout out to Kenny Schrader, the dirt racing ace.
How about that, Michael? 17 laps he spent a lap down tonight, and now Schrader's up there knocking on the door of the top 10 position.
4 Monster Energy Cup Series wins. He's won in the Xfinity Series. He's won in the trucks. Chris Neville, this is my hero, one of my heroes, Kenny Schrader, and he's having a nice run tonight.
Yeah, I was talking with Kenny yesterday. Just a big smile on his face. And, you know, you think Kenny's was winning races here back in the early 80s. A lot of these drivers weren't even born at that point in time. And he said last year, he said he took his truck apart. He wasn't planning on coming back. But when it got out there that he wasn't going to come back and do this truck race, this team called him up and said, hey, we want you to drive our truck. And, you know, Kenny, he's not going to pass up a race when someone says, come drive your truck.
Hey, Chris, he ran the Little 500 in Indiana around the Indianapolis 500, a 500-lap race on a short track. Said he finished 10th. It was a good race. He said he wasn't feeling too bad. The race was over. They set a beer on the hood of his race car when it was over, and he said, and I couldn't reach it. He said, that's motivation to get out of your race car. I needed to get out to be able to have a cold beer after a nice short track race, and he did just that.
Well, the final couple of laps here in this stage, we are going to go back green. The 29 of Chase Briscoe did come in for some quick service and back out. But Friesen will lead us back to green on this restart, along with Ty Dillon there on the inside. Pace vehicle is off. It's going to be a sprint to the end of stage 2, and the green flag waving at Eldora.
Nice job on the start by Friesen. Laid back a bit, kind of took Ty Dillon off his game, and Friesen rockets out to the lead.
How about Bell burning it up around the top? Wow.
I think that's the only way you could say it, Vince. Burning it up around the top.
Bell's going to get stage points at the end of the stage.
I cannot believe it. What a great job.
Took over, and man, he's got him back on track.
Stuart Friesen wins stage 2.
By him and his team.
You got that right. Rudy Fugle told me yesterday Christopher Bell was the crew chief until he wrecks the truck. Well, he wrecked it.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
And he has been out front for 67 laps tonight. He has been special. Had the fastest qualifying time. Such an accomplished dirt track racer, and finally getting a chance to see him show it here in the Truck Series. The final stage just ahead at Eldora.
A rivalry 125 years in the making. 125 years of hostility, of animosity, of battle scars, broken hearts, and always coming back for more. Cardinals, Cubs, Saturday at 4 Eastern on FS1.
The best trucks in America are built by Fitzgerald Glider Kits. Whether you're looking for a new Freightliner, Peterbilt, Kenworth, or a Western Star truck, Fitzgerald Glider Kits is always the winning combination of power and reliability. Plus, they're backed with the industry's best nationwide warranty. Learn how a Fitzgerald Glider Kit can save you money today at FitzgeraldGliderKits.com.
You're in the Match app. Okay. Now tap on the new Missed Connections feature.
It says I've crossed paths with Kate 6 times this week.
That is a lot of times.
She's cute, too.
Yeah.
How did I miss her?
You didn't. Match picked it up for you. Check out new Missed Connections on Match. Start for free today.
New Kingsford Long Burning burns longer, 25% longer. So instead of stopping to refuel, you can stoke the good times till the sun goes down. New Kingsford Long Burning. Start something.
The NASCAR Camping World Truck Series at the Big E, Eldora. Aerial coverage provided by Jegs. Boy, and some great views from up top. What a wonderful scene that is as we look at our points earned tonight. Stuart Friesen wins stage 2. Been a good night for John Hunter Nemechek as well. And I don't know how Christopher Bell, oh, there's a development for sure. Friesen, who just won stage 2, now he's got a problem. Chris Neville.
Yeah, Vincent, originally this team was not planning on coming to pit lane, but about a lap ago, the spotter said, hey, it looks like we've got a right flat. Stuart Friesen said, I do have a right front flat. So they decided, come to pit lane. They are going to make a slight adjustment. He said, if we're coming, let's put 4 tires on, and let's just tighten up the truck just a little bit.
So now Friesen's going to have some work to do.
Well, if you're going to have that happen, now's a good time to have it happen because you'll lose a whole lot less track position. So,
and we're entering the longest stage of the night, 60 laps.
Yeah, and there's going to be quite a few of the leaders that do come to pit road. So some did stay out, including Christopher Bell in that Ford truck. I guess they decided it's good enough, you think, Kevin?
It looked good enough to me when he was riding around the rim right there, throwing up dust.
Let's see if we can get a word with them. Hey, Christopher, it's Michael Waltrip, Vince Welch, and Kevin Harvick. Russell, the stat guy, up in the booth. Do you copy?
Yes, sir.
Wow. That's about all I can say. Kevin and I thought your night was over, and you've driven it back into the top 5.
Yeah, I thought my night was over, too. I was really, really disappointed in myself, man. I knew I had a really good Tundra, and felt like I threw it all out the window there, but my guys worked extremely hard and got me back out here. It's not the prettiest thing. It doesn't drive the best, but it seems to have speed, and we'll see if we can't hang on for another 50 more.
It looked like you really needed that cushion to make ground. Did you have to run up there, or do you think your truck's versatile enough, even with the damage, where you can go low if you need to?
Well, I felt like I passed a lot of guys right around the infield, so I think I can go wherever I need to. The top is... I feel like the top should get more and more dominant as we go on here because the bottom should start wearing out. But it stayed a lot longer than I thought it would from the beginning of the race, so we'll just have to be patient. Got to keep it going straight this time.
Well, I know you're disappointed with what happened, but I'm going to tell you, when you get out of that truck and look at how bad it's tore up and how fast you're going, you'll be proud of yourself again. Have fun, buddy. We're enjoying watching.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
It's amazing, and when we all go back to racing, when it's all said and done, Christopher Bell somehow is going to be the leader of this race again.
It really is amazing because that thing is tore up, and he doesn't even realize how bad it's torn it up. He's just driving the crap out of it.
Liberty Mutual spotter coverage, certainly been a team effort for this 4 team, getting it repaired enough to be up front again.
What do you think we're going to do here? You think we go on pit and work on it a little bit with the toe and put tires on it and fight through it some more? With only 60 to go, or see if we'll maintain track position? I mean, if you can make it better, I think we need a pit. I think I'll be able to drive by him.
Liberty Mutual spotter coverage. Spotters, well, they got their hands full tonight as you take a look at where they're located, but trying to advise their drivers on where to go, and while they're slipping and sliding around. I don't think I'd want that job tonight.
Vince, don't you think it's cool that a lot of times these young racers like Christopher Bell lean on their spotters to understand how to race the tracks of NASCAR? But now the spotter's saying, what do you want me to tell you, Christopher? I don't know what you need to know. Help me out here.
Well, I think as you look at the experience that a guy like Christopher Bell brings to it, and you see the experience that he carries around this particular racetrack as well, I mean, it's just invaluable knowledge, and the kid has just done an amazing job driving the truck on asphalt, and now he's showing off tonight.
And Hermie is with his crew chief.
Well, the crew chief is Rudy Fugel. We went from thinking your night was over to not believing you guys didn't pit to continue working on it, and we cannot believe your truck is in the top 5. So exactly what was the damage and how close do you guys have it to being back correct?
The damage is pretty bad, and it's nothing we can fix here. So they got as close as we can. We got the KBM guys are amazing. I said it earlier, but they got as close as we can. Christopher's wheeling it, and we'll see if we can hang on for 60 laps. I
mean, do you think y'all can actually win this thing? Look at that truck.
Yeah, I think so. The right front tires, not the toes way off, but we'll see. It should be good.
That's crew chief Rudy Fugel, left his driver on the racetrack, Kenny, trying to win.
Hermie, there are a lot of family affairs here. Harrison Burton, 16 years old. His dad, over 20 wins in the Cup Series, Jeff Burton. Your boy's 16 years old. He's running 5th right now. How's the progress?
Well, the goal was to run the middle and the bottom until you had to run the top, and so far that's worked out. People have made mistakes, and we've taken advantage of that. So try to just stay out of trouble, and the heat's coming now from behind, and just do what you can. Have fun, you know what I mean? If you don't have fun in racing, you're not going to have success.
Are you talking to him at all?
He doesn't listen.
He's like a 16-year-old.
David Strimy's talking to him. I'm staying out of it.
It's pretty incredible. 16 years old, that young man right there. He's won in everything, and this is his very first time on dirt. Good job. Oh, look at there, right rear quarter panel damage.
Yeah, that was early in the race. Kenny, he didn't know that on dirt you couldn't use the brake to miss a wreck like you do on asphalt. So he got on the brake and it sputtered around, and he learned that. He hadn't done that since.
Vince?
Well, I think as you look at that truck, I think we better thank Hunt Brothers for feeding us all day.
No doubt.
They have kept us in the game. And I think for a guy like Harrison, I think when you look at the progress that he's made from the time that he practiced yesterday until where we are right now, spinning out at the beginning of the race, wrecking, this is knowledge that Harrison needs to race for a championship as he goes down the road.
And guys, listen, I talked to Jeff Burton yesterday. He started practice. Guys were sideways, gassing it up. On. Harrison come through the corner, looked like he's on a short asphalt track, just straight as he could be. Jeff said he doesn't know what he's doing yet. He's going from not knowing what he's doing to being competitive. That's just awesome to show you the talent of these young racers.
Well, and you look at all these young racers, they learn so darn fast.
Yeah.
And they pick up on things really, really fast. And that's what's exciting about what we have in the Truck Series, Xfinity Series. With all these young guys, they do a great job.
Take a look at our Ford track facts tonight. Let's go to the Petty family and the success they had on the dirt. Richard Petty and Lee Petty.
First career win for Richard on the dirt. Southern States Fairgrounds, 1960. Pretty much special things happened after that.
Indeed, Austin Cindric having a pretty special night as well. He'll restart on the front row alongside of Christopher Bell as we get stage 3, the final stage underway here at Eldora. Watch them fan out 4 wide once we get this restart rolling. Everybody fighting for position, and we're racing again. The final stage underway at Eldora.
And you saw Christopher Bell go really low on that restart where some of that there's more moisture on the bottom of the racetrack to get a good launch, and it really worked well for him.
He picked that up on his tires, and it paid off, like you said.
Ty Dillon had a wheel full right there, lost a spot.
Justin Shipley in that blue truck in the middle of the track, he was in the top 5 on the restart, lost a little bit of ground, but you can see he's rallying back. Shipley's doing a great job tonight.
He's been there all night, Mike.
Yeah, racing right alongside Stuart Friesen, the guy that dominated the second stage, and you can see making some great ground. There's Grant Enfinger. Friesen as low as I've seen anyone all night. This track is getting right.
That's about 6th through 10th. And those positions constantly changing. Herbie?
What an up and down night, Vince, it's been for Matt Crafton in the 88. Remember, he won the first stage, but he started this stage back in 18th position. They came down pit road 2 stops ago, made some changes, and we mentioned how the 88 struggles at the top of the racetrack. Historically, he could not go around the top of the racetrack and lost all his track position. They came in, basically undone everything they did to that truck on the previous stop, hoping that the 88 can make his way back to the front.
Yeah, I think it's been interesting how Crafton has said historically here at Eldora, they've been pretty good when they could run the bottom or the middle, but when he has to go to the top, the truck's just not there for him. And the same is the case here again tonight as you look at Chase Briscoe out the backside of that Ford. There's the 52 of Friesen, trying to work the bottom.
Keep your eye on the 52. They came and got tires after they had a flat, and man, he's been making some great moves down on the bottom of Austin Cindric there. Looks like that 52 truck, Kenny's one of the fastest on the track right now.
I'm telling you right now, Stuart Friesen is the truck to win this race. He pitted for tires. We call that getting sharp edges in dirt racing. His tires got sharp edges. He's the 2nd place right now. Can he run down Christopher Bell?
My guess, Kenny, is yes. He's on the inside of Chase Briscoe right now. I'm liking the groove he's running. He's running lower than anyone else. That means that truck is handling well, and he's doing a great job.
But I think the story with a guy like Friesen is the same story that we told with a guy like Rico. You have to keep him under control right here, not to tear his truck up as he gets, and he sees Christopher Bell in his sight. He's got to keep control of his truck and not make a mistake.
And you know what I think might help him do that, Kevin? They crashed a couple of trucks early in the season. They had to take a couple of races off. He didn't get to go to the track. And when he came back, it was here to Eldora, a place where he was very comfortable. He was able to race last time out in Kentucky, got his career best finish, and now he's contending for a win.
Downstairs to Chris Neville.
Yeah, Michael, I was talking with Stuart about that yesterday, and he said, you know, taking those couple weeks off. It was the toughest decision to do, but we needed to do it as a team. We had to sit and figure out what we were doing wrong. We had to come up with a better basic setup, and we did that, and it worked at Kentucky. Now coming here, he said, if we have a good weekend here, this is exactly what we need to do to turn this season around.
Well, and he just won a dirt modified race last Saturday night. I mean, this guy is in his wheelhouse right now on the dirt. So you're talking about building confidence, and then to come to a place where he is his most comfortable on the dirt surface. Problems for Rico Abreu in the 89. Flat right rear coming to the pits. Tough break for Abreu. He was having a good run tonight.
Yeah, and you see that quarter panel folded in, and there's a seam right there by that U in that curb, and that's probably what cut that tire down.
Had been running inside the top 10, was running 7th at the time. Christopher Bell continues to lead. There's Rico up against the wall, making that contact.
And I think that's when the tire went away. It was over then. He just had to tiptoe back to the pit. You can see Chase Briscoe racing hard there with Grant Enfinger. Enfinger's performing well again tonight, Kevin. It's been a great season for this young man.
And Enfinger is going by Briscoe right here, and Briscoe's going to go back by. But as you look at the lineup right here, we talk about, you know, the dirt racers. Well, when you look at the front right here right now, we've got 4 dirt racers right up front that you would expect to be up there.
And as you look at the lap times, that time by 2/10 faster was Stuart Friesen than Christopher Bell. He's definitely coming, and that's giving Bell the idea he needs to move around on the racetrack. Check out the gas. Listen to him work this thing. Is that awesome or what?
Yeah, steering it with the throttle.
Yeah, that's what's happening right here. Is he's trying to steer the truck with the throttle. It's too tight on the entry to the corner, and he's trying to wrap that throttle up to make the back of the truck come around so that you can get it pointed in the right direction and get that thing to slide up off the corner. So it definitely looks like his truck is a little bit too tight, but he's trying to fix it with the throttle.
Like I was saying, Christopher Bell has moved to the top of turns 1 and 2. He knows that Stuart Friesen is coming, and he's trying to move his lane around, but Friesen is just faster right now.
More on Christopher Bell. Kenny?
Vince, in dirt racing, we call it mopping the track up. The 4 knows Christopher Bell. He knows that Stuart Friesen is fast on the bottom. Let's watch the 4. He goes to the bottom. He's changed his complete line, but the 4 of Bell is looking for grip. He knows he's in trouble. He's changing his groove. Here comes Stuart Friesen.
Yeah, Friesen restarted 6th. Made his way through fairly quickly to get to that 2nd spot, and now stalking Christopher Bell. And remember, Bell's vehicle has got some pretty significant damage on that right side, and Friesen is on the roll looking for the lead up top.
Look at that dive by Friesen.
For the lead, but not going to be able to make the move. Bell holds on for now.
In my opinion, I think that the only chance that Christopher Bell has to hold him off is to get up there on that cushion and just try to carry his momentum for the rest of the night.
And that's what you saw just there, Kevin. Yeah. He had run the bottom, but he saw Friesen get there, and Bell did just what you said. Tried to ring that top and hold off the charging Friesen.
And the only thing that could really change that as we go through the night is if he comes up on a lap car and Friesen is able to maneuver through the traffic better, or he makes a mistake and hits the wall. But Christopher Bell is like Kenny said, he's in protecting mode.
More on the 4 with Hermie.
Well, you guys are speaking of the experience of Christopher Bell. His spotter, Tony Hirschman, has just encouraged him to run his line, try to block the line of the 52. They want to try to force the 52 into a mistake. Now, obviously, Stuart Friesen has a lot of dirt racing experience, but not so much dirt racing experience in a truck. So they're hoping they can continue to run the line, frustrate the 52 of Friesen, and force him into a mistake. That may be the 4's only shot of holding him off.
Boy, it's a great battle right now, though.
And Hermie, you're seeing just that, just like the experienced spotter is telling Bell. And what Kevin talked about earlier, get the guy to make a mistake. He knows there's a NASCAR win in his grasp. Make him mess up. But Friesen is up for the task.
To the front for the lead. Friesen, can he make it stick with lap traffic in front of him? Bell still working the top, but Friesen is there.
The fans here at Eldora, they know who's driving that 52 truck. It's a dirt racer. He's from Canada, and he's getting it done here.
Yeah, Stuart Friesen to the point.
And you look in front of him, the lap traffic is going to play a role in this and how they get through this lap traffic, where those trucks are, because those guys don't want to go a lap down, and they're all over the racetrack.
They are.
You know, lap traffic on a pavement track, they can all go to the same spot, right? I mean, they can go low or they can go high, wherever the leaders want them to go, per se, to get out of the way. Hard to get out of the way here, right?
Well, you see Rico up there in the top groove. You see the 13 truck up in the top groove. So this might be where Friesen has a little bit of an advantage because he can maneuver a little bit better through traffic than the 4. But it all depends on how they shake out and slow him up in front of him. I believe the 4 is kind of locked to the top, Mike, in order to make the best time.
And he is, yeah, you're right. And I just see Friesen with so much versatility with how he's able to drive that truck all the way to the bottom and still make good time. He's been able to pull away from Christopher Bell in this traffic. But the way these guys are racing, 2, 3 wide, side by side into each other, I don't think we're going to get through without a caution.
Ty Dillon slowing on track. Right front tire down. And that might be the caution you just mentioned, and it is, Mike.
Caution's out, caution's out.
So the caution is out for the 99 of Ty Dillon, was having such a good run tonight.
Yeah,
been rock
right
solid.
right rear.
Was running 4th.
I can't tell. You're going to change it both right sides, right?
I can tell it's a right front.
I think it's right front. I don't know, right rear. Just have them both ready. You're going to have time.
That's optimistic. Things happen really fast here at this racetrack. But he gets those tires changed. He'll be a fun show to watch coming from the back. He's had a fast truck.
And I think Friesen has a decision here to make. After seeing Christopher Bell on that last restart, he started way down there in the wet mud. Kenny, what do you think?
Mikey, I think you're right. I think what I'm seeing is we underestimated these new Goodyear tires. Remember, Tony Stewart asked Goodyear to bring us a softer compound and a much more flexible sidewall. Stuart Friesen came in and put tires on, and we all said, oh, he ain't going to go anywhere. And I'm going to tell you what, we were all dead wrong. This new Goodyear tire is flying right now. Now, we will watch the 99 to see if it works for him.
Hey, Kenny, before you go back off, what do you think on this restart? Because we saw Christopher Bell start down there in the wet mud almost in the bottom and get a really good launch. What should Friesen do here on this restart, top or bottom?
You know, I think Stuart Friesen should be on the bottom. I want to brag on you for a minute. Kevin Harvick, you are one of the best in all of auto racing. It's staying smooth and hitting your marks. Here's what I see out of Stuart Friesen. He's got a groove down in 1 and 2. Stuart Friesen is exiting turn 2 so much faster than anybody right now, Harv. And I always thought that's what you were good at doing, especially at places like Martinsville. Stuart Friesen should restart on the bottom and hit that mark that I'm talking about. There's moisture off of turn 2, and my Lord, it shoots him out.
Well, he's had the top truck so far tonight, far and away. He's led the most laps, and he's got 30 to go to get his first ever Truck Series win.
Something's coming. I can see it.
We're brothers.
We're brothers?
Do you like to see your brother suffer?
Brothers argue. I said it.
We have something that no other team has.
Hop on the bandwagon. It could be a fun ride for you.
Choose a side.
Boom.
America's fastest growing sports show.
This is undisputed.
Life's full of obligations. Work starts on a Monday, whether you are ready or not. And those bills are not going to pay themselves. But isn't life about making choices? So why not choose freedom? Freedom to go anywhere and do anything. Where would you go? What would you discover? Imagine the possibilities. Start your journey with a travel trailer for only $115 a month during the summer RV sale. Visit campingworld.com today.
Geico Motorcycle. Great rates for great rides.
Got kids 12 and under? Come to any NASCAR Xfinity Series or NASCAR Camping World Truck Series race, and any kid under 12 gets in free. Get your tickets today.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our fans for your support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
Midway through the final stage at Eldora, the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series, it's the Dirt Derby from the Big E, and it has been fun tonight. We have seen action everywhere, and Stuart Friesen bidding for his first ever Truck Series win. Not such good news for the 89 of Rico Abreu.
Behind the wall he goes. Looks like his night's over. Also Justin Shipley in the 80. We talked about what a good run he was having. His truck is broken as well.
Great run, and I think you talked about maybe that shifting part of the night that we talked about might be hard on the transmissions. Well, apparently it might be hard on the engine too.
Yeah, he had smoke rolling out of the pipes, and they pushed it back to the pits. And Kenny Wallace thought maybe Friesen take the high side, get some of that fresh, moist mud in his tires would pay off. He's elected to go high.
Well, that's what he's done all night is on the top. So it was just an interesting perspective when you see Bell down there on the bottom in the wet, moist dirt down there. So we'll see how this works out, because what he's been doing is Friesen has been starting on the top, and he'll kind of diamond that and cut down to the bottom in turn one. So if Bell's still there, where does he go then? All the way to the top, or keep it in the middle? We're about to find out.
And up to third, Grant Enfinger. He could be a factor. What's happening with the Ford truck?
We got to watch the Ford. Christopher Bell says he thinks he has a flat right front tire. Let's wait and see.
And he's restarting on the front row inside back green. 25 to go at Eldora. Very slow start for Bell, and I think you're right, Herbie. Problems for that Ford truck.
Look at that wad of trucks.
Sinking like a rock. Bell goes backwards, and John Hunter Nemechek comes up to second, and Grant Enfinger in that yellow truck, the yellow 98 inside for third, and the bright yellow 88 of Matt Crafton in fourth.
Where'd he come from? We talked about Crafton fading back outside the top 10, finds himself in the top 5.
And the caution is out. Cicerelli has gone around again.
Guys, I want you to look and see who's running in fifth right now. The guy that has had a really long day in Bobby Pierce.
Unbelievable.
He has worked his way. He was a lap down, if I'm not mistaken. He was a lap down, and now he is up to sixth. So apparently that new steering wheel is getting some work tonight.
Look how fresh it looks. But think about it, Kevin. We saw that team have to work on the truck after the qualifying race. He got into the outside wall. They had to work on the back end there. You can see the spoiler is nowhere near straight. They made those repairs. But then also crew chief Rick Wren said we made some changes to the truck.
And let me tell you something about Rick Wren. I'm sorry, Mikey. But let me tell you something about Rick Wren. When he was the crew chief for Hornaday, he would come and say, well, we're going to change this, we're going to change that. And you're like, man, it looked pretty good. Well, guess what? We're going to change this, we're going to change that. Next thing you know, you're like, what in the world are we doing? And then you're winning the race and beating them. And I'm sorry to interrupt you there, but that is very interesting that he's all the way back up inside 5th or 6th place here.
Yeah, and his adjustments he made when he went in the LCQ, he won the thing. So he did it again, Kevin. He did just what you said. He made changes and made things happen.
Well, issues for the Ford, and that yellow couldn't have come at a better time for Christopher Bell, right? Kenny?
I'm going to tell you what, this is one of the biggest breaks of the race. We watched Kyle Larson last year do this. The caution comes out on the 4 when there's a flat. Are you kidding me? Christopher Bell going to put on new tires. Watch this show when he puts on those tires and goes to the front. And one more thing, complete carnage back here. I came back and look at all these wrecked trucks from earlier in the race.
Well, it'll be interesting to see when Bell does get that fresh edge, as Kenny referred to earlier, whether it's going to be enough to allow him to get up through the field in less than 20 laps.
I think John Hunter Nemechek was taking your advice. He was down there in that low groove getting some of that moist mud on those tires, trying to get it to hook up on this restart.
Get it to hook off and cool those tires off.
Hermie?
They go to work on the right side. Taking a look, see if they're going to look at any more of the damage, but no, they're not going to waste time with that. They're going to put just the right side tires on. We'll see if they go to the left side or just go with 2. He's down and away right now with 2 tires on the right side of this four.
Well, on one hand, a tough break for Christopher Bell. It was running up at the toward the front, the top 2 or 3 at the time, but at the same time, a great break for him, because if it would have stayed green with that flat right front, then it would have, in all likelihood, ended his chances to win. So Bell will come from deep in the field, but at least he's going to have an opportunity to do it.
And they didn't want to look in there.
No.
There's nothing in there that they want to see with that right front suspension, because they have way overachieved tonight with that truck. So no matter what happens, bad luck, good luck, those guys have done a great job on that 4 truck.
You know, you said Vince's chances to win would have been over without that caution. This caution could mean he does win this race. He's got those fresh tires. We've seen them pay off for Stuart Friesen when he drove to the front. Can Bell take advantage of them?
Look at the shine on that racetrack. Pace vehicle is going to pull off. It's going to be Stuart Friesen on the outside and John Hunter Nemechek inside, bringing us back to green with a couple of teammates from Thorsport, Grant Enfinger and Matt Crafton in row 2. Enfinger dives to the inside, but Nemechek is there to cut it off.
Look at Matt Crafton running the high side. Is he going to get to second? Or is he going for first?
A gaggle on the bottom, including the 63 of Bobby Pierce. Friesen with the lead, but Crafton is right there. And here comes Nemechek in that green 8 to challenge. Contact between Haley and Enfinger.
And I don't know if Matt Crafton has that thing in 3rd gear right now, but that thing is launching off the corners.
He's on the outside. He's going to get there. Matt Crafton's trying to turn around a dismal season, and he's charging to the front.
Christopher Bell back inside the top 10. Crafton for the lead on Friesen. Can he get it?
We heard Crafton say earlier when we interviewed him, when he's got to go to the top, he'll be ready to go there. He wanted to run where the other trucks weren't. Well, that's exactly how he got the lead. Now can he keep it?
Matt Crafton to the front. It's been more than a year since he's last won, and now with 16 to go, he's out front at Eldora. But here comes Friesen. Camping World, 15 to go, and the 2-time series champ Matt Crafton is in the lead. Friesen is second, and John Hunter Nemechek third.
And Nemechek's heating up Friesen now.
And a caution is out. And we'll set the stage for another restart, and it's the 10 of Cicerelli again.
Mike, it sounds like they have 2 different motors when they come off the corner. But that 88 truck, he has saved that 3rd gear, it sounds like to me, to use it here at the end. And that thing is just absolutely launching off the top of the corner about halfway down the straightaway.
And you see what he's doing here, as is Nemechek, just wanting to get that moist dirt on those tires, cool them off a little bit, and try to make sure you got the traction you need when it starts. I guarantee you Matt Crafton knows exactly what he's going to do, and that is start on the outside. That's how he got the lead, and I think that's how he's going to plan on keeping it. But look at all the trucks right now down there in that wet mud. So if everything's right, Kevin, just like any other aspect of dirt racing, it's the opposite of pavement. You want to get stuff on your tires here to make them stick better. On the pavement, you do everything you can to keep from getting any buildup on your tires.
Well, it's come down to a guy who is known for his asphalt racing, and a guy right behind him, and Friesen, who is known for his dirt racing. And then John Hunter Nemechek, I think we need to brag on him for a little bit, just for the fact that, you know, there was a point the first few races where I was like, man, what is wrong with this team? And then all of a sudden they turn it around, win a couple races, have all the momentum, and here they are on the dirt, contending for another win.
And let me give a shout out to Jeffrey Abbey. He's running along in the 6th spot. Jeffrey is 18 years old from Texas. He's going to attend Texas A&M this fall, going off to college. He's won over 60-some dirt races in the last 3 or 4 years down in Texas. He finds himself up in the top 10 in the 6th position. I like this story as well. He was parked right next to Schrader. Schrader's in his 60s, and the 18-year-old Abbey was asking anything he could from Schrader for advice.
Mikey, I'm down here. I can reach out and touch these guys. You know, there's a couple things you can do with these dirt cars. Us dirt racers really don't run these tires, but they're running down here. Seems like they're maybe trying to cool their tires off. In dirt racing, what we do is we try to sand our tires so they don't seal over. You see, in dirt racing, when the tires get hot, it's like they seal over, like brake rotors do. You're trying to keep the tires biting. A couple different strategies out there. I really don't know what they're up to, but we do got wet dirt down here. They could be cooling them off. Me as a dirt racer, I like to make sure my right rear is always ready to go. So I think it's monkey see, monkey do right now. Hey, the leader's doing it, so we're all going to do it.
I couldn't agree with that more.
Let's just mix it up a little bit. Let's get down in the dirt, and then finally Crafton goes all the way out next to the wall for this restart. This is going to be fun. We're going to be 10 laps to go when we get the green, and anything can still happen. This is when the slide job might become the term that we use a lot over these next 10 laps. People not quite clear, but just taking advantage of other drivers.
Yeah, if Friesen gets a good start here, I think this is the time when you throw it out there, don't you, Mike?
Yes, you got that right. And look right behind him with our visor cam. Chase Briscoe has fought himself into position to win this race as well.
Yeah, Briscoe will restart in row 2, just on the outside there, just behind Matt Crafton. Coming to 10 to go. Stuart Friesen on the inside has never won a Truck Series race. It's been more than a year for Matt Crafton, and they are fighting at the front. Crafton to the lead, Briscoe in second, and Friesen now diving to the bottom.
Bobby Pierce around the outside, gets around John Hunter Nemechek. I love how this is a half-mile dirt track, Vince, but the finishes always remind me of Talladega. 3, 4 wide, a pack of trucks just snarling at the front to try to get to victory lane.
Matt Crafton has been working on his dirt track racing. Went out, bought a modified, has been running more on the dirt, and it is paying off as he is out front with 8 to go here at Eldora.
How bad did he want to run good here at Eldora, Vince? He went out and bought a late model. He bought a dirt modified car to go race on the off weekends so he would be better prepared to race here at Eldora. He loved running the bottom, but he couldn't figure out the top. He got a dirt modified, figured out how to run all over the racetrack, and it's paying off.
And he is starting to gap. Second place, Chase Briscoe, and third place, Stuart Friesen.
And it appears to me they had done their homework before they came here, because they obviously had a plan. And you saw that when we interviewed him earlier in the day. He was like, he didn't want to talk about it much. He was pretty tight-lipped about it. And now you're seeing all of that come out to a really fast race truck. And I think we saw that in the qualifying races as well.
Great battle for second between Briscoe and Friesen.
Friesen had his groove go away a little bit. He started to slip and slide there, but I think it's coming back now. He's going to be able to get around Briscoe almost. Oh, he squeezes him.
5 to go here at Eldora. Remember, 2 of the 4 races we've had here at Eldora have gone overtime. So try to get every position you can. You don't know if we get a yellow here in the final laps that are going to force some extra laps, and you want to be in position to make a move and potentially win, just like Briscoe trying the crossover there on Friesen.
It was a beautiful crossover, Vince. Crafton's loving what he's seeing in his mirror, isn't he? These guys battling side by side, pulling the crossover on each other. He's just focused on what's out his front windshield. He was running around in third gear, shifting yesterday, doing things I didn't see any of the other competition doing, and he's making it pay off today.
When we talked about potential winners throughout the course of the day, Matt Crafton's name wasn't mentioned. Sure, he's been running better. He's been working extra on the dirt to try to get better, but never really saw him as a driver that was going to come out here and win this race. And now with a couple of laps to go, he's threatening to do it. 2 to go for Matt Crafton. It's been more than a year. Who would have thought that the drought would end on the dirt at Eldora, and he's getting close to doing it.
He's just hoping everybody keeps it straight for another half a lap. He can get this white flag and put this one in his rearview mirror.
It's amazing what happens when you put a champion's back up against the wall and you watch him come out and make a performance like this.
You got that right. This is a special team. He and Crew Chief Junior Joyner have a great relationship, and they're making it happen.
It's the final lap at Eldora, and while they battle for second and third behind him, no one is going to challenge Matt Crafton. The winless streak is over. It's been 27 races, and tonight he will go to victory lane, winning at the Big E.
Good work. Really good work. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
A big sigh of relief in that 88 Cam as Matt Crafton wins for the first time in more than a year, his 14th career win in the Truck Series. The 5th different winner in 5 races for the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series at Eldora, and a big sigh of relief in that 88 Cam.
That's awesome. Most important thing to him right now, Kevin, that is he has won at Eldora. He's going to get the golden shovel, but then it's going to sink in. We're getting ready to go race for a championship again. And these boys, this team, Junior Joyner, Matt Crafton, they know how to go championship racing.
Well, I've been there with my team, and you know, you get your back put up against the wall, and you have to start looking at the details and doing things and really concentrating on what you do yourself. It really brings out special moments, and I think that Matt Crafton and his team would categorize this as a special moment. To win at something that they felt like they needed to work on a lot and get to victory lane is a heck of an accomplishment.
Makes it maybe even more special considering the struggles and some of the frustrations that they've had.
Oh, I think the wait is definitely worth it when you win at a place you don't think you're supposed to win.
He did it. Matt Crafton wins at Eldora.
Being B positive, I know that I'm making a vital contribution to the partnership to ensure that everyone can live healthy, productive lives. So the sacrifice is more than worth it.
The partnership. We're here.
Howdy. Hey. Here we go. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's not your car. Car's ready.
Wrong car.
Isn't that your car? I would love to take it, but no. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. You guys want to check it out? Someone else's car.
This is beautiful. What is this?
It's the all-new Chevy Equinox.
This feels like a luxury SUV.
I love this little 360. How do they even do that?
I made a bad decision on my last car purchase.
Well, your car's here.
Bummer. Bummer.
Wah, wah. I'm ready for an upgrade.
These custard concretes are so thick and creamy.
Yeah, it's so dense,
Yeah,
right?
I know.
Kind of reminds me of someone we know.
Can I guess?
Sure.
Can I call a friend?
Sure. Hello.
Hey, who are we talking about?
Chocolate chip cookie dough. Now one of our thick and creamy frozen custard concretes. This is how you Sonic.
When you really want to save big on a hotel, just go to Priceline. They add thousands of new deals every day, up to 60% off.
That's how Kaylee and I got to share this trip together at this amazing hotel.
Yeah, Ash and I share everything. Dresses, makeup, water bottles.
Oh, we do?
Mm-hmm. We share secrets, shoes, toothbrushes.
What?
Yeah, I forgot mine, so I've been using yours.
Seriously?
Well, what's the big deal? I mean, we even dated the same guy.
Who?
Go to Priceline and get the hotel deals you won't find anywhere else.
You just got the same handbag as everyone else.
Wow.
But did you check eBay?
I don't know.
Get the thing that's so you from this season, last season, or next season. Fill your cart with color. eBay.
The end of the week. Work is over, school is out, and the wild ones come out to play.
The green flag is out.
Pups get a chance to dance with the big dogs.
Oh, they're going at it.
Roars from engines compete with roars of fans. And the stadium lights become a spotlight for one.
Here he is, Johnny Sauter.
It's truck season, America.
The 7th different winner this season, Matt Crafton, gets his first. A triumphant performance at Eldora. His first win in more than a year, and you better believe the ThorSport team is enjoying the fireworks tonight. Well, it was a heck of a night for Christopher Bell. They gave it a run. Good effort. He's with Kenny.
Good job, Noah. Christopher, last week for the Kings Royal, you came from 20th to 2nd. The fans were on their feet. You put on one hell of a show, buddy. What happened in the end?
Oh, well, first off, I got to say I ruined it for my guys, man. They gave me a great Tundra. I really felt like we had the truck to win there, but unfortunately I made a mistake early on that cost us. My guys worked really hard to get us going again, and then we got going really good, and the truck seemed like it was driving good enough. Like we had a lot of speed in it. Yeah, just miscalculated there on the spin. The lap before, I had a lot of grip up in the cushion, and it held me really good. So I tried to, tried to make speed up there, and was just a little bit too low in the slick and spun out. But the flat tire really killed us. That just kind of wrote us off.
Buddy, it'll be all right, man. You won the Chili Bowl. You run second in the Kings Royal. Chris?
Well, Stuart Friesen led 87 laps tonight. And Stuart, we talked yesterday. You said you didn't feel like you had outright speed, but you had good long-run speed. Did you need something more than an 11-lap dash at the end?
Yeah. Helm, our team was good. Our Chevy was great. We had a good long-run truck, and those guys just burping it there in third gear kind of snookered us on that restart. And oh man, it stinks. We didn't come to run second. That's for damn sure. And but I'm proud of these guys, and it's cool. They knew we were here, and just didn't play out. Congrats to Matt, and he's been doing his homework running the dirt stuff, and racing there with Briscoe was pretty cool. So nothing to really hang our heads about, but still lost.
Thanks, Stuart. Hermie.
Matt Crafton climbing out of this Toyota in victory lane at Eldora. Matt, a lot of emotion for this victory, and you've won a lot of big races, won championships. Where does this win stack up for you?
My first dirt win. A lot of fun. In the second part of that race, we darn right just stunk. It was my fault. We over-tightened it on the first run. We were pretty good, and I thought we were a little bit too free. We tightened it up, and then we just went back to exactly where we started the race. And then Rico and them guys drove by me up top, and I'm like, Crafton, you got to put this thing on the fence down there. And I knew I was getting beat down there, and I found some in the middle over here in 1 and 2. And finally at the end, I'm like, well, we're going to tear the right side off this thing or take it to victory lane.
It's been documented that you have done a lot more dirt racing into last year. Got in business, got a car, you and your dad having a ball, but how much did that help you coming down the stretch, knowing how to make that move to pass the 52?
Oh, yeah, it helped a lot. Just learning what the track does and seeing what spots on the racetrack. In the years past, I didn't know what I was looking at, to be totally honest. And just kept studying and had a lot of great people here. Nick Hoffman came here and helped me during the test, and they're telling me go down here in the dirt and spin the tires. I'm like, why? But I started doing it, and this thing was just a rocket ship, this one, our Toyota Tundra.
And what about this winless streak we've been talking about?
You can go, but where the sun don't shine.
That's Matt Crafton. He's in victory lane at Eldora.
Now that golden shovel may come in handy for that, right? There you go. Well done. Well, our playoff standings look like this. We've got another one in yellow, and that's Matt Crafton, who's added his name to the winners list. With Christopher Bell, John Hunter Nemechek, Johnny Sauter, Matt Crafton, and Kaz Grala. It is tight. Remember, 8 make the playoffs. And how about down there around 8, 9, and 10 as we move forward? It's a pretty tight race for that final playoff spot.
And Kevin, how much of a relief is it knowing not only you won tonight, but they know now they are in the playoffs. They're going to go race for a championship.
Well, a team like that races for a championship and wins championships year after year, to be on that bubble puts a lot of pressure on the race team, not only from yourselves, but from the sponsors and the media and everybody around you. So it's definitely a pressure relief, and I can promise you right now, they're going to go back and they're going to say, I told you we'd finally figure it out. And it makes things a lot smoother right up until the playoffs start again, and then that pressure ramps back up.
What a terrific effort tonight from a couple of guys that are going to walk away feeling like they didn't get anything out of it. Guys like Friesen and Briscoe, Infigure, John Hunter Nemechek in the top 5. Bobby Pierce came here hoping to win.
Well, I think you look at and listen to Christopher Bell's interview, and you hear him talk, and you hear how disappointed he is in himself. It was just one of those races that he expected to win.
And Ty Dillon, another one we can add to that list, who ended up 12th tonight. Well, it's a busy weekend in the NASCAR community at Indianapolis. The NASCAR Xfinity Series on Saturday, and then on Sunday, NASCAR Race Day leading up to the Brickyard 400. Hey, thanks to all those at Fox Business Network for hosting us tonight, and thanks to all of you who found us on Fox Business Network. You are great fans, and we appreciate you. For our next Camping World Truck Series race, well, that's the 29th of July on Fox. We'll be at Pocono. That's it from here at Eldora. Stay tuned to the Fox Business Network for Lou Dobbs tonight.
Well, this is breaking news, but it's also really fake news watch. President Trump reportedly saying today he never would have appointed Attorney General Jeff Sessions had he known Sessions would recuse himself from the Russia investigation. President Trump telling the New York Times, says the New York Times, that Sessions should never have recused himself, and if he was going to recuse himself, he should have told the president, and the president would have chosen someone else. Well, now, for more on investigations into the Dems, the hysteria surrounding the Russia collusion probe by the special counsel, we're joined by Fox News anchor, former defense attorney Greg Jarrett. Greg, good to have you here.
Good to see you, Lou.
What do you think of that story? Do you think that that's fake news, or do you think that the New York Times got lucky and has it right?
My guess is the president probably has reservations, not about the competency of Jeff Sessions, but rather that he's now got an attorney general who is utterly divorced from something that seems to be engulfing the president. Right. And if he'd had somebody else, there might be no special counsel looking into this.
Yeah, it is just stunning what we have witnessed in terms of this collusion probe with Russia. No one, by the way, has been following this more doggedly nor intelligently than Greg. And your research into collusion as it would pertain to a Russian national working with the Trump campaign itself is astounding.
No, it's a total myth, you know, Democrat after Democrat.
Hit the pace car! Hit the pace car? Hit the pace car! What for? Because you hit every other goddamn thing out there. I want you to be perfect. Go on, go, go, go! Hey! Well, I feel so good. Everything is gonna hurt. You better take it easy, 'cause the place is on fire. Then I have no work to do. You're going too high. Stay in the groove. Give me some of it every day. Well, how about that? Sound